Today we're starting our side trip up to Whistler in British Columbia. So while we're staying with family in the Seattle area, we've got a place to put the Airstream. We've got someone we can even leave fender with so we don't have to get the health certificate or anything like that. We're taking a side trip. We're gonna do some mountain biking in British Columbia, and we don't have nearly enough time to really see it, but as we've said before, this is the recon year. So we're gonna go scope it out, get some good riding in, and kind of make plans for what we might wanna do there in future trips.
Jess is doing a great job driving. I love it when she can drive. That means I can work. Nice to be able to get some work done while we're on the road and moving. It's so nice being able to have the van and being able to just climb up here and sleep in it. We have been procrastinating and we did not get a bed up there yet. We're gonna order it on Amazon today, which ironically seems to be the best way to get a bed like that. None of the mattress stores have any of the small 6-inch memory foam beds. So we'll be sleeping on our sleeping pads this time. I'm excited for this trip. Unfortunately, it looks like it might be raining Wednesday and Thursday, and that's when we're gonna take the day off and go to Whistler Bike Park. I really hope it's not raining because Whistler has been at the top of my list for a long time. Yeah, I mean, it's British Columbia. Of course it's gonna rain a little bit. I just hope it doesn't rain so much that we can't ride there. Really excited to go check it out though.
I'm trying to find what we can and cannot bring over the border into Canada because the official documents, like the websites they send you to, are so overwhelming and loaded and just like a giant bureaucratic database. I can't find the info I need. All the other ones, that I found some other posts that people make, but some of them say, oh, you can't bring this in, and other places say, oh, you can bring up to this many kilos of it. I mean, I am so lost right now, and I've also read that if they ask you if you brought some of those things in and you say yes, and you weren't supposed to have them, it could lengthen how long it takes you to get through the border crossing, because they could push you over to another line where they do some more extensive searching. So I'm just trying to find some good info before we hop back in the car and drive over the border, because I'd like to throw away anything food-wise that I can't bring.
Maybe we'll just empty the entire fridge and rebuy all our food over there.
That might be better.
We got the border crossing coming up. I'm kind of excited. We've never driven across a border. I've walked into Mexico before, and I used to live in Mexico. But now we're going to be driving into Canada. Kind of exciting to see how this plays out. We do have a fridge with a block of cheese, a half-gallon of milk, and some lettuce. We will see if that adds another hour onto our wait or not. The signs are telling us there's a 55-minute wait to cross the border into Canada. This will be interesting. I don't think we're going to be able to film the border crossing just because I don't want to add another wrench in the spokes, and I don't want to tick them off, and it's not that exciting anyway. Just pretend we're driving past the guy in a booth saying, move along, and that'll be as exciting as if we actually had filmed it.
This is my first time going to another country, and I'm 33 years old. And Canada may not be that exotic, but you know what? I don't care. You know, this whole exploring thing, this is part of it for me, and this is a great place to start. So I'm pretty happy about it.
All right, remember how I said this was going to be exciting? Not exciting. It's definitely going to be a 50-minute wait.
Welcome to Canada.
We're officially in Canada, even though we haven't gone through the checkpoint yet. I feel like a rebel. There's the Peace Arch. We made it through. The question he asked us is, why do you have such a jacked up van?
He said, is that really necessary?
Is that really necessary? Not in Canada, apparently, but if you want to drive on snow and have a 4x4 van, it is necessary. Now that we're in Canada, we're on an international roaming with our phone. It's $2 per megabyte. We better turn our mobile data off.
So far, our driving hasn't been too awful. It's good.
Except for these giant potholes in the road. Not potholes, they're like whoops.
They're whoops, yeah, and they go all the way across the road. It's not like something you could drive around.
And getting used to the kilometers per hour is taking some getting used to. 90 kilometers an hour just looks weird. They even use the same font that we do on our speed limits. Some of them say 100. You're like, we can go 100 kilometers an hour on this?
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling beyond the ghost. We stand on the.
We're driving on 99 across this bay. This highway kind of hugs the shoreline, and as we kind of head into the mountains, I had no idea how beautiful this was, or that our drive was going to be like this. I knew that we'd kind of drive through the city a bit, which we did, and we'd eventually get to the mountains, but man, this drive is so pretty.
Up until today, I thought California had the best road signage to let you know what's going on. But man, British Columbia is awesome. There's signs all over. They're always giving you information about streets coming up, or recommended speed limits, or weird things. It's like they build the road for newcomers that have never been there, so they have all the information they need to navigate it successfully. Sometimes you get to a town and they just assume you've lived there for 40 years and you understand what the weird intersection is going to do. This, awesome. They explain it really, really well. So while the freeways are bumpy with big old dips in them, the signage is awesome. We normally get stares and thumbs up from like hunters and gun advocates that really think a big lifted van is awesome. But here in Canada, people love this thing. I don't think there are very many lifted 4x4 vans in Canada. Everybody's just checking it out. And that's always fun.
We made it to Squamish. We're just scoping out a few places in town, looking for a good place to work tomorrow.
I guess you always seem to know. Hello, Ramona.
So we're van camping tonight on the side of a dirt road. It's totally legal to camp here, and there's even signs that say you can camp, you just can't have a fire. It's like 9:30 and it's still light out here. You know how when you get to Alaska in the summer, the sun almost never goes down? Well, the further you go north, the closer it gets to that. I didn't expect that in like Seattle in British Columbia, but it's true. Like, we're already seeing the long days go into like 10 o'clock and still have light out. So it's nearly 10. We haven't had dinner yet. We should have gone for a ride, man. This is awesome how light it stays. But anyway, we are here at camp. We don't want to leave and go into town and like go do something or go to a restaurant or anything because we'd lose our spot. So we're gonna be reading tonight. Teresa downloaded a movie on her phone. Another interesting thing about international travel into Canada is like our Amazon video account. Even when we're at Starbucks or McDonald's and we're on their Wi-Fi downloading stuff, Amazon doesn't work the same because they say you're now outside of the country where your user agreement is and you can't watch certain titles and listen to certain music. Anyway, that's really interesting that some of that doesn't work. Netflix still works, but Amazon doesn't. Anyway, we're learning a lot of interesting things and it's been fun, but I do wish my Verizon internet plan worked here because we are totally out of internet, which means no Instagram, no YouTube uploads, no watching YouTube, no watching anything else. So, boo-hoo, we're just gonna have to read and enjoy nature. Isn't that awful? I think we'll survive. What you doing?
You know, just keep myself entertained. A little backcountry wiring.
It's so hot tonight that we want to get the fan working. We've had the wire here. We're just running it inside that channel we ran the old wire through. We're pulling some extra wires too, so we never have to do that ever again. And Teresa has the longest, skinniest fingers. She's relegated to fishing duties, and then I will wire that up and we will get the fantastic fan finally sucking some air through here.
Teamwork, making
Yeah.
the dream work.
We've been playing too much, riding our bikes too much, which we've deserved because we have worked our tails off. But we need to spend a couple days working on the van while we're at Teresa's parents' house while we still have access to power and tools and a shipping address to get stuff there. So
So hard.
it's so hard. I just want to ride Duffy all the time. That park's amazing.
Magic hands.
Good work, baby.
You're up, babe.
Little tip, if you ever don't have fish tape, zip ties work well in a pinch. I don't have my heat shrink. Might be able to do it with a lighter. That might be really stupid, or it might be really smart.
That's probably
Let's
less
try
than
it.
smart.
Let's try it. My guyver would be proud of me right now. Probably shouldn't be doing this above my head in case it drips. Boom. Oh, come on. I did all that work for nothing. Oh, maybe I didn't put the fuse in. I'm gonna try that. No wonder it didn't work. I didn't have a fuse in there, which was smart because you don't want live wires hanging out. I'm not crazy about where they are right now, but that's just to get us by till I route them behind in here. Anyway, 15 amp fuse. This should make it start working. Listen.